Hello, everyone. JDev has returned once again to give you exactly what you want, which of course would be more of me, that amazing, beautiful backdrop that's usually behind me, giving you my thoughts, my opinions, and what I hope will be some expert analysis on a certain topic subject. So today's video will be specifically talking about my top 10 most likely death predictions for the rest of season 10 of The Walking Dead. But before I do that, major spoilers ahead, as there has been another episode that has aired on AMC Premiere that kind of foreshadows another death and gives us most likely 100% chance that this particular character will die. So if you don't want to know, because this is speculation, but it also could be spoilers because I'm pretty good at speculating for the rest of them, you shouldn't watch this video. So spoilers ahead. Don't watch the video unless you want everything potentially spoiled for you. Again, I only know one for sure, maybe two, based on what they've done in previous episodes. So without further ado, let's get started. So we've watched 4 episodes of The Walking Dead so far this season, and I did a death predictions video for season 10 after the end of season 9. But now just seeing 4 episodes, I kind of want to give my ultimate thoughts on who I think won't make it out of this season. So starting off the list, the most likely character to die based on what we saw in episode 5 or what other people have saw in episode 5 that aired early on EMC Premiere is, spoiler alert, Ezekiel. Ezekiel has a secret, and the secret is he has some sort of cancer, and that will be talked about in season or episode 5, and his days are numbered. Now, how Ezekiel dies, we don't know. Obviously, hopefully he goes balls to the wall, but we will be missing King Ezekiel for the rest of the Walking Dead. Not sure when this is going to happen. Most likely in the mid-season premiere, or the mid-season finale, I should say, I think. Although it could happen later, who knows, or it could happen sooner. But King Ezekiel's days are numbered. And that sucks because I like Carrie Payton. He's seems like he really enjoys the role. So King Ezekiel is the most likely character to die. These aren't in any particular order. I'm just going to name them as is. Another character who I think, I don't know any spoilers, will die is Gage. He's the one that was involved with teasing Lydia. And I just don't see what is in the future for his character. Unless, of course, he starts a relationship with Lydia, which could happen, I guess, but I'm putting him on the list simply because he doesn't do enough, and they've shown him and had him have some scenes to make us care about his character. So I'm going to put Gage on the list. I'm also going to put Rachel and Cindy from the Oceanside. Again, they barely use the Oceanside characters, and I think it's time to kill them all off, so that means we have to kill off Rachel and Cindy, I think. Although I could be wrong, maybe one of them will survive, but I'm pretty positive one of them will die. Probably Cindy, because we've seen more Cindy and her ties to like being, she's not even the main character from the Oceanside anymore. She was the main character. Now she's not even that. It's more, Rachel's the one that signed the charter, and Cindy's kind of a background character, even though she had the previous relationship with Tara, made us think she was going to be more important, and she's not anymore. So that's my thoughts on that. Another character who I don't think will make it out of season 10 alive would be Laura. That's, of course, the former savior, the blonde that Negan picks up in season 8? I just don't think her character makes it out of season 10 alive, just due to the fact that we know of her. She has scenes here and there, and I think there's going to be more with her soon to kind of make us care more about her. But then again, she could live and be killed off in season 11. Who knows? Alright, here's another one for you. This character I always think will die, and the character doesn't. Actually, the next 2 characters I always think will die, and they don't. Diane, who is a former Kingdom member, and now she's at the Hilltop. She's had random moments here and there. We know of her character. She has some importance, but not a major character importance. And I think that's why this character will be killed off. I thought she was going to be a Pike victim in season 9. It only makes sense to make her a Pike victim in season 10, because I do think there'll be another lineup. Another character who I always think will die and never does, and he's been on the show since season 6, would be Scott. Scott, of course, is the guy that is actually married to Sonequa Martin Green in real life, who played Sasha on The Walking Dead. And his character barely has any lines. He's barely in it. They'll show him every once in a while. I just don't know if Scott will make it. I mean, the only episode he's really had a major focus on was season 6, episode 3. Thank you, the fake out dumpster death with Ghislaine. Glenn where he hurt his leg and they were trying to help him get back to Alexandria. And other than that, he's barely been featured on the show as maybe like somebody that goes with somebody somewhere or has like he's watching somebody like standing guard. But I do think Scott will meet his demise in season 10 of The Walking Dead, although they haven't yet made us care about him yet. So maybe he'll keep living until that moment happens. But that would be my thought. Another character who I think will die, although she might not. It just depends. But I think, I don't know, I think her character is pointless to a certain degree, and her death can have some effect on other characters, and that would be Kelly, Connie, the hearing impaired lady's sister, and it appears that Kelly is also getting hard of hearing now too, and is going to be deaf pretty soon. But I just don't see a point to Kelly's character. Her slingshot is dumb. We don't need a Bart Simpson in the show. I don't know. I could be wrong on that one, and I probably am, but I just don't see like what her survival on the show would mean. Like, I think she's kind of pointless, and that's why I think she's going to be dying. So that would affect Connie, obviously, Humiko, and Magna. Notice I left one person out of that group, and that would be the character, based on what we've seen, this character's got to be going. I mean, come on. And that would be Luke, the guy that appeared in the show with those characters. Luke had that send-off where he hugged all his former teammates, Magna, Humiko, Kelly, Connie at the hilltop. I just don't see how Luke survives. I think he dies pretty soon here. Very soon, actually. It's unfortunate because I actually kind of like his character now. But I realistically, I don't see how he makes it out of season 10 alive, especially with what we saw in the most recent episode that has aired on AMC and not just the app. So, Luke, you're probably a goner, but we shall see. You never know. And then last but not least, and I'll get into some other things here too, the most likely character that I think will die in season 10, I've named 9, would unfortunately be Rosita. I just don't see where else they could go with her character. She has nothing left to do unless they get her in a relationship with Eugene. But her telling him off and basically saying it'll never happen makes me think Eugene will stay away from her now and look elsewhere to somebody else. So I'm thinking Rosita will die. I also at one point thought one of the 3 guys would die that's chasing her, Sadiq, Gabriel, or Father Gabriel. No, Sadiq, Gabriel, or Eugene. Not Gabriel and Father are the same people. But I thought one of them guys would die, but now I'm thinking it will be Rosita, actually. I just don't see what else they can do with Rosita. What else is she going to do? They already have too many females that they have to focus on, with Michonne and then Maggie when she comes back. Magna has to be more important, and I think Humiko has to be more important on the show. So that leads me to believe that Rosita will be killed off. I hope not, but I think it's just a formality at this point. And then another character, I've named 10 people already, but another character that I didn't put on the list that I think is a goner, but we should talk about this one too, would be Alpha, of course. I do think Alpha will be killed, maybe as early as the mid-season finale or before, but I'm not sure about the rest of the Whisperers. Some of them will die, obviously, but I like Beta and Gamma, the ones that we know names of. I don't know about their status, but I think Alpha will be killed pretty shortly here. Probably most likely by Negan or Carol, maybe Daryl. But those are my predictions. Again, this is based off of what's happened. I think these are pretty similar to the ones that I gave after season 9, if I remember correctly. I'll have to go back and listen to that video. But it's pretty... Luke and Ezekiel are pretty obvious. It was already obvious that Ezekiel was going to die even before, spoiler alert, the episode 5 introduces the fact that he has cancer. But Luke, based on episode 4's events, with all the hugging of everybody, he's gotta die. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I know a lot of other YouTube channels have talked about this particular stuff. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead and want to talk about this some more, leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Always, like it, thumb it up, share it, favorite it. And if you're new and you do want to subscribe to get random notifications when I do a video, which Haven't done as many as I used to do, but that's just because there's not a lot that I cover right now. Make sure you subscribe. You don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. It's not like I have a lot of subscribers anyway, so it's cool. But I hope you guys all enjoy the video. Nonetheless, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, make sure you leave a comment on what your predictions are. And of course, I'll be back again soon with another. Peace.